Another Brick fan with a look at the 2021 Advent calendars. This is day 17. I'm reviewing 4 of the 5 Advent calendars that include City, Star Wars, Avengers, and Harry Potter. I am not doing Friends. Let's take a quick look at yesterday's builds. So from City, we got this nice green tractor with the orange trailer. From Star Wars, we got this cargo carrier, which I remember from The Mandalorian, the last episode of Season 1. There's a snowman that is set up to look like Iron Man, which turned out nicely. From Harry Potter, we got a few extra accessories. So there's a chocolate frog, a ticket to Hogwarts, of course, Hedwig, and then a random wizard tile that was introduced here in 2021. Now that we've looked at yesterday's builds, let's go on to day 17. Here we have our City Advent calendar. Let's take a look at day 17, which is down here on the bottom row. And it looks like a minifigure who is a Christmas caroler. So here we have our little minifigure here, and then it looks like his mouth is open, that he's singing. I believe this is Top Hat Tom. I'm going to, of course, double check that. But I'm not sure if that's a shopping list. Maybe it's a shopping list. I don't know, his mouth kind of looks like he was singing, so I thought he was a caroler when I first looked at him. But he does have this nice red scarf, a brown checkered sweater there, this good top hat. No alternate expression, of course, but a good crosshatch pattern on the sweater that he's wearing. So overall, a very solid minifigure. Let's go ahead and move on to our next Advent calendar. Here's our Star Wars Advent calendar, and we're looking at day 17, which is down here in the bottom row. And it looks like we have a ship. So here we have the ship, and this looks like an Imperial light cruiser. Once again from The Mandalorian. I think this was seen towards the last couple of episodes of Season 2, and I think this is a pretty good representation of it. I like how that bridge is elevated up above here. You have the sloping area here. It makes it narrow and into the engines. Overall, I think it's pretty good. Lots of pieces for such a small model, but it turned out nicely. Let's move on to the next Advent calendar. Here we have the Avengers Advent calendar. We're looking for day 17, which is down here in the bottom row. And it looks like a Quinjet. Here we have our Quinjet. I think they did a pretty good job getting this put together. The wings look good. There's some gaps, obviously, in the way it was designed, but I like how the engines are up above, which turned out nicely, and then the cockpit down here. So if they would have maybe, I don't know, maybe put this jumper maybe different, or had another tile in there or something like that, might have closed that gap. But overall, I think it looks pretty good, and it's recognizable as a Quinjet. So let's move on to our next Advent calendar. Here's our last Advent calendar from Harry Potter. We're looking for day 17, which is down here in the bottom row. And we'll open this up and we see, looks like another cart. So here's the cart itself, and then if we take a look, it has these these skate wheels on the bottom that have been used in skateboard sets, or skateboards from like city sets. But as you see, the wand will fit on here, and then this book will fit right in there. So this is the cart that Harry pushes around with all of his stuff for school in it. Now that we've opened all the builds for day 17, let's go back and recap all of them. Here we have the builds for day 17, starting with Top Hat Tom, who, as I said, looked to me like he was singing, but then also looks like he's carrying a shopping list. Or maybe it's a list of caroling locations. I don't know. You can use your imagination, obviously. Good city figure. Here is the light cruiser from The Mandalorian. I think the shaping and everything was done quite well in this micro scale. Here is a Quinjet from the Avengers calendar. I think it looks good, but one of my complaints is the fact that there's such a big gap here. They could have covered that with a tile or a plate or something, make it look better. And then from Harry Potter, we got this little trolley or cart. So this is used to carry all of Harry's stuff as he is getting ready to get on the train. And if you remember, we had a bunch of stuff from previous days. So here's that little wand case, the book that came with that. We can, of course, put Hedwig on here and perhaps his ticket so that he's got everything. Of course, we got a Harry Potter figure as well on day 2. So a nice way to, again, as the Harry Potter Advent calendar, it integrates a lot of the different builds from the different days together. So I think that's a clever way to do that. That wraps up day 17. Join me tomorrow for day 18. And until then, happy building. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and be sure to subscribe to see more of my content. I've left a link to several of my review playlists up here on the screen.